Hello? What's up?
Hey, Carl, what's up?
All right, welcome to Group Chat episode 21, presented by Arbor. Today's show is sponsored by Woodward, Bubs, Pub Beer, Paradox, Yeti, and Smith. Thank you guys so much for coming on board. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk Uninvited Invitational. We got some trivia. We're going to answer some Instagram and Patreon questions. Later in the show, we have Paula Benito and Jess Perlmutter coming on board. But right now, we got a great cast of characters in studio. I got Brantley Mullins to my right. How you feeling, Brantley?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Hyped to be here. Really stoked to, have you guys let me come out.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Jess, what's happening?
It's great. Real great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I just saw the sweat pearl down her forehead when she said, great. That was incredible.
Ylfa, how we feeling? How we doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the group chat again. That's sick.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be
yeah.
a banter journey here. And, of course, we got Silk D on production.
What's happening? Happy to be here.
Yeah, Silk.
And this show, like you mentioned, is presented by Arbor. And let's talk about Arbor for a second. Arbor has been making high-performance snowboards for nearly 30 years with a little thing called craftsmanship, and they do it with a conscience. These guys were on the sustainability tip long before it was cool, using real wood top sheets, eco-friendly materials, and actually giving a damn about the mountains and the planet. Backed by one of the sickest teams out with riders like Jared Elston, MFR, Red Gerard, Brian Aguchi, and Danny Cass, and many others, Arbor Snowboarding is resetting the standard, blending high performance and sustainability with precision, power, and purpose. So whether you're straight lining like a psycho or going full dummy in the park, Arbor's got the A-grade boards and bindings you need to ride your best. Now let's get into the group chat.
Wow, Silk. Damn.
That was first.
That was FT.
Yes.
First
Wow.
try. Nailed
Thank
it.
you.
Incredible.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, before we talk about the Uninvited Invitational, I think we should maybe talk about yesterday's event, Ylfa, and I know you were spearheading this thing. Can you explain the monumental event that took place yesterday?
All right. We did the Alien Invitational Open. And this year we added a word classic because we did it last year. So it's a classic now. Next year we're going to add a new word. I don't know what that word's going to be yet, but you'll find out. It's just a community event where we bring out the people. People show up with shovels. We build the hip together and then we session the hip together. And it's like just good times and hopefully like a really relaxed environment for everyone to just drop in if they feel like it and mingle a bunch and maybe chat after the craziness of the week. Yeah, so a bunch of the girls come out and just like have some nice quality conversations on the bottom of the hip watching the show. It was epic.
And it's alien themed, correct?
It's alien themed. We paint crazy aliens and we make a alien head piñata that we snowboard and break with our snowboard. So yeah, it all kind of started like one year I came out to Salt Lake and they were picking me up at the airport and like Mike and I had made like a sign that said, for some reason it said welcome to Earth, and that's what started the whole like alien theme, and it's just been ongoing in our friend group for a bit. Yeah.
Nice. Any standout moments?
Ooh, Katie's first drop, that was insane.
You need to play that.
Yeah,
on the show.
if you can find this clip, it's so funny. Like 2 people have dropped, 2 guys have dropped, and Katie was standing up there cocky as fuck, like, these boys were going small, and like drops in. She's not trying like Michael Chuck. She's just gonna do like a straighter, and she just gets bounced off the lip, like boost, and it was fucking insane.
Immediate upside down.
Yeah.
Leg
Crazy.
buckle to
Like-
Michael Chuck, basically?
It not even just
The
a back,
world's
but like
slowest, most terrifying backflip.
Yeah, it was like crazy. I don't know. It was wild, and she was okay. And then after that, she was ripping all day. So it was just like a perfect opener to this event.
Incredible. Love to see it. Well, let's just dive right in and talk about the Uninvited Invitational. Jess, obviously a savage undertaking, huge group effort. Now that it's all said and done, it worked, the dust settled. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better than I did last year after the event. I was pretty busted. And this year I'm just tired, but not in the same way. And it's just from like all the awesome people that helped, that I had to help, like having Nirvana and Carmen and Abby and Ben and Luke and everyone that just chipped in. Like it was so sick. I feel like people are finally starting to see what it is, and I don't have to like try to convince people anymore, because before this whole thing was just like a figment of my imagination, and I was trying to sell something that didn't really exist. So it was hard to find anyone to believe in it, you know, but now it's fucking on.
Absolutely. And I think it would be cool to talk about how now there's a bit of a feeder for the final event and how that came to life.
Yeah, we do an event in Europe called the Euro Open. Last year was the Euro qualifier because we wanted to give like 3 free trips to the top 3. This year we were like, nah, man, they need a prize money. So we had prize money instead of those free trips, which I guess is the same thing. But I think what I found was like, because I'm always like trying to look at every detail from the rider's perspective. And these girls that are getting free boards from the brands, the one thing that the brand might give them is a flight. That's like the one thing. So like if we pay for their flight, we take away that chance to put that money in their pocket. So that's kind of the thought process there. But yeah, we have that. We're going to do the New Zealand Open in August. And
Whoa.
Wow.
That's amazing. First time I'm hearing this.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, up to last week, I was like, can we really do it? But no, let's fucking do it. You should go. It'd be awesome. And then, yeah, we did an event in China in December. And next year, my dream, I'm just going to put it out there. I want to do one in Japan. The Japanese girls deserve it more than anyone, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They came on and put on a show. Now, I'm going to ask a hard-hitting question here. We're going to dive deep. If you had a goal, if you could sum up, you know, the mission statement for the Uninvited Invitational, how would you put it into words?
I want to do everything and look down at every detail to make the girls feel like rock stars, because I feel like that really has an immediate reflection in their riding. Like the sled laps this year, watching them like one-handed laying back, like a lot of them have never even been near a snowmobile, let alone be towed behind one. And it just like, I know all those little things add up to them having more confidence and feeling like they can do it. So
great. I think mission accomplished. Brantley, Ylfa, you guys were both riding in it. How was the experience riding?
Absolutely unreal. The energy, like with all of those girls, is just so epic. Like you're up at the top of the drop-in and like Veda's got bubbles or glitter, people putting glitter on your faces. And like the energy of just the girls is so sick. It's like a big family reunion every year. And it's so fun to watch all of these girls just absolutely throw down in that event.
Absolutely. Ylfa?
Oh, yeah. I think that for me, the standout on the top is like these younger girls that have no fear. They're just standing there and all they think about is like how they're going to nail that next trick. Like they have no fear. They have no like challenges of like, oh, there's people there. There's this, and this, which some others of us are dealing with. but like these younger girls, they are like so confident. I love it. It like shines. And it shows in their style too. Like they're so confident. It's sick.
All right, we happen to have a guest question from Luke G. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, from Woodward. Legend. Here we go.
What's up, Bombhole? It's Luke Giacopelli from Woodward Park City checking in with the guest question. Since the 4 days of the event was kind of a blur from my end, I would love to hear what the standout moment from the event was from each of your guys' perspective. Love y'all. Stoked to listen.
Wow. Incredible.
Luke's
We
the
love
best.
Luke.
Couldn't do it without Luke. Straight up.
Yeah, Luke.
Just the ball of energy. I think.
You are calling him the ball of energy?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fucking large ball of energy there.
That's just what he is, though. He's like, he brings the vibes for sure. A standout moment from this year was like, there's so many that I can barely count, but like trick wise for me, I think it was the backside blend 270 on the kink rail from Himari. That was like really, really beautiful. Then we have Katja, this young European girl, like 15-year-old, who gapped also actually a blend 270 out of the ledge, which was kind of overlooked in my opinion. I thought it was one of the sickest things. That tricks on such a short rail is so technical. That's pretty insane, and it was like perfect. Then of course we have the back tail too, doesn't need to be mentioned, and then the front blunt same way on the downflow down
Oh, that was
as well.
insane.
Those are like
Psycho.
trick wise my standouts.
Yeah, that was like one of the only tricks I feel like I really got to see in person, like during qualifiers. And I remember just jaw on the floor. I was like, that was the most beautiful frontboard same way I've ever seen.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes, you got a standout moment?
I mean, there was a lot in the event I didn't really get to see because I was running around the whole time. So I really look forward to my 3-person watch party after the event every year. But I think just the award ceremony and having a big crowd this year. Like last year, I was kind of bummed because I felt like I just want people to come out for and support the girls and like yell for them and ring cowbells. And this year, I feel like it really happened, and that to me was the standout moment because that's been my dream right there. Like, it's not just like, oh, give them a platform, give them a nice course, give them a goodie bag. It's like, give them an experience where they feel like they're a fucking rock star and everybody is there to watch them succeed and thrive, you know?
Absolutely. And for the listeners or people that haven't seen the event or didn't experience it, there's confetti going off. There's champagne bottles getting popped. There's $60,000 of oversized checks getting thrown around. Everybody's got cowbells and screaming, and DJ Matty Mo's playing like All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. It's like it's a feel good experience. Absolutely. Brantley, do you got a standout moment?
It's so hard to pick one. I would say during finals, because I feel like that's really only what I, got to watch fully. Emma's frontboard same way on the wall, that was just so beautiful. Or her gap front one onto the ledge was insane. That's such a scary trick to try on something that big with that gap. So sick. Her style is just unmatched.
Yeah, well said. I'm going to jump in on this one too for this question. Probably wasn't for me, but I'm just going to get in there. One like low-key sleeper moment, Livia Tano was doing just back disasters on the wall, and they were just like it wasn't the flashiest trick, but it was incredible. But then for me, watching Jess Perlmutter in the pocket, just totally locked in, not missing anything. She, I think she only missed maybe 2 tricks or 3 tricks the whole time. Like everything she tried, she landed and was just in that full locked in Terminator mode. And just to like watch, it almost gives me like chills to think about because she was just on fire. And also for the listeners, we did pre-record an interview with Jess that we're going to drop in later in the show, just so you guys know. But yeah, Jess Perlmutter was jaw on the floor for me.
Absolutely. But this just comes to show like how crazy it was this year. Like I could keep going on about my standouts for like half an hour more. Like I had to like restrain myself from not keep talking, and I'm like, okay, the others can talk a little, but like but like all of these things that you also shouted right now were also my standouts. Like there was just hammers after hammers going down, and everyone was looking so chill on their board. Like there was never a moment where I'm like, hey, like maybe tone it down. It was like actually like everyone was just in the right place doing the right things, So sick.
Now, do you find yourself slowing down a little bit in your older age, maybe getting off hill a little earlier? Well, you could be dehydrated. 75% of Americans are dehydrated. And that goes up when you're at elevation, when you're in the mountains. So I drink Bubs Hydrate or Die hydration packets. There's 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes. There's no added sugar. There's no artificial flavors. Let me tell you, when I'm hydrated, I ride better, I can ride longer, I have more energy. All in all, my vitality is just better. So if you're interested in picking up some Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die, head on over to bubsnaturals.com and use promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off your order. And stay hydrated, people, with Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die. Okay, people, if you love sending it in the Eastern Sierras, whether it's snowboarding, climbing, biking, or any of the countless ways to get after it, you know that keeping your body strong is key to staying out there longer and doing what you love. That's why they built Paradox Fitness, a 24-hour gym in Bishop, California, designed for people who live to enjoy the outdoors. Whether you're up at dawn for first tracks or squeezing in a late night session after a long day in the mountains, you get 24-hour access right from your smart device. The founder is a snowboarder herself, and she knows firsthand, staying strong off the mountain makes all the difference on the mountain. No one wants to be the person stuck on the couch just watching instead of riding. So if you want to keep sending it all season long, come check out Paradox Fitness in Bishop, California. Get stronger, ride longer, and keep doing what you love. Sign up today for instant access. No waiting, no hassle, just training on your schedule. Plus, the listeners of the Bombhole can get 50% off a day pass when they enter the code BOMBHOLE50 or scan the code on the Bombhole website for your discount. Check out Paradox Fitness today. All right, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite products, and that's the Yeti Ranchero backpack. Everybody knows Yeti makes the best stuff, but this backpack rules. Let me tell you why. I come to this office, we record podcasts. What do I need? I need my computer, I need my notebook, I need some pens, I need my charger. Sometimes after work, I want to go skateboarding, so I need my skate shoes. So I got a nice little compartment where I can keep my skate shoes separate from my work stuff with my laptop. Perfect for organization. It's also got a nice nylon shell, the tough skin, keeps everything dry if it's a rainy day. So there's no more digging through your backpack with this Yeti Ranchero. It's got a cutting-edge rip-zip opening that lets you quickly tear into the bag and see the stuff you need in seconds. And for even more convenience, it's got a vertical zipper that allows you to grab gear at the bottom of the backpack without having to unpack the top. That's major for me. So check out Yeti.com or a retail store near you and get yourself the Yeti Ranchero backpack. It's a heater. All right, this is a little bit of a curveball. We're going to jump into some Instagram questions, and this is from Shannon Dunn Downing, certified legend, who is also there at the event.
Shout.
But I think this is an interesting topic. She asks, do you think street snowboarding / rail jam should be an Olympic sport? Any takers?
It's not up to me, but I think that it gets dangerous for the riders when it becomes something that isn't like the whole event and everything. Like the number one thing for me that I will never compromise on is the good of the riders and doing everything that's best for them. And I think like when it becomes something with an organization that maybe doesn't exactly understand snowboarding as much, then I worry about the riders. And I'll always go back to like the 2018 Olympic slopestyle where they wouldn't drop any of the ski racers during that huge windstorm, and they made the slopestyle girls go, and they just looked ridiculous because they were getting blown off the takeoffs. Like the level of riding was so bad because they were literally fighting for their lives in a place that they would not even consider dropping. Like these are like 60, 80 foot jumps in a place they would not even consider dropping the ski racers that don't leave the ground, you know? So then after that, like the girls came back swinging so hard in the big air. And I think that that's what that contrast of coming and being like, no, fuck this. We are going to show up here. And everyone's like, oh, girls snowboarding's so awesome. It's so exciting, you know? But like, that was so dangerous. People could have died, you know? So I think like, that's the kind of stuff that I worry about. On the other hand, more investment in the sport and more opportunities for the girls to make money is great. Sorry, that's such a long answer. Sorry.
No, that was absolutely well said. This is a long format show, Jess. You can elaborate on whatever you want. And I think going back to what you said too, you know, that was a disaster. But then the contrast, what pops into my mind is like Jess Perlmutter could be an Olympic gold medalist in rails, which is that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
all
I
the other
guess,
BS isn't. I agree, but
I guess it's like it's a hot topic because like most of us in our hearts don't want that to happen. I think I'm speaking like for myself, but from a lot of people around me are like, no, fuck that, because street snowboarding is just like something that is not a competition in a way. And I know we're on here from the Uninvited Invitational, which is kind of a competition, but like it's not a competition. It's kind of hard to be the best because you can be the best in so many ways. There's like only so many that will make it, and there's only like so many that are the best at riding, but you can be the best at bringing your flavor to snowboarding, and that can be so much more inspiring than maybe some people that are better than you. So there's like all these angles to snowboarding, and especially like filming snowboarding and street snowboarding. The expression kind of is hard to judge, and it's hard because that gets lost, and like personality gets a bit lost in the contest, in the big scheme. And I mean, some people manage to hold their, you know, character throughout that whole thing and still be the best, but it's also like it takes a little bit of flavor out of it for me. That's my personal opinion. But then like skateboarding has street or like street skateboarding in the Olympics, and like that's fine. There is a scene for it. There are people that want to do that, but I think my personal opinion is like, no, thank you. But then there is space for everything.
Yeah, I think rail jam and street riding in the, like, that question is actually two questions. Because street riding and real street riders, like the best street riders are never going to get on the podium at the Uninvited Invitational or at the X Games or whatever. There's something else that it takes to be out there with no crowd, with no sponsors, with no anything, just battling a trick with you and someone who maybe doesn't even want to hold the camera anymore, you know? And then rail jam snowboarding, that's another thing. Like, sure, that could be in the Olympics, but don't call it street snowboarding.
Yeah.
Well said.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, like you said at the beginning of the competition, Jess, when we started qualifiers, is you were like, you know, the best street snowboarders are not always the best competitors. And I think that is so true. I mean, with real street snowboarding, like it's a kind of a different way to express yourself, and it doesn't always necessarily tie into competitions. You know, and you can have like, you know, your street league and all of this kinds of stuff, and it's really sick, and it's a dope way to get more girls in the spotlight, but at the same time, it might not always be the right expression for street snowboarding.
Well said. Very articulate. My mind goes to thinking about some of the street skaters that are winning, you know, in the male side of things. And I've heard stories where they, you know, they can't leave the park until they do 15 kickflip backflips in a row. And I just picture like hiking a down rail and being like, all right, I'm not leaving till I do 20 cab 270s in a row. And like, that's not why I do it. But if somebody wants to do that, be my guest.
There are definitely snowboarders that do that. Like, I know a few. I'm not going to name drop anyone, but 100%.
Okay, we got another good question. And this, I think, is good from the event standpoint and also from a competitor standpoint. This is from goodday.png. What does the morning or evening before a big day like the Uninvited look like for you? Jess, maybe you can start with explaining the tornado.
Definitely feels like I'm on like this massive runaway train that I can't stop and I'm not ready for. The night before, what are we doing? I mean, I do stuff like pack stickers in glittery purple envelopes to calm myself, or just like weird repetitive stuff. But a lot, it's madness. And this year it was like a lot of last minute content that we couldn't start or we couldn't finish editing until we had all the content from day 1 and 2. So we were just rushing on that, trying to get everything together, trying to prepare for the live stream. Like there's so much, and like, it's really scary. It's really scary feeling, but we made it. So I just got to remember that next year when I'm saying like, I can't do this again. I can't do this anymore. And then like it still worked. So
I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again. It's as soon as it's over. Can't wait for next year.
yeah, exactly.
In August already. Let's go.
Yo, that's every street trip too, though, where you're like, I hate everyone on this trip the whole time, and then after you're like, wasn't that the funnest? They're like, yeah, it was the funnest.
Like beat up buddy laying at home like, that was so fun. Yeah. You're like,
Ylfa, what'd you do to get ready for the event?
we were partying. It was the opening party night, wasn't it? That was the night before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was at the party that this girl was stressing over. Just having a good old time.
Brantley?
Oh, well, we went to the dinner, you know, super fun. Got to see everybody. Definitely, I'm sure got a little overstimulated. I'm like, there's so many girls. This is so sick. Pretty sure I just went home, had a glass of wine, and watched a movie with my roommates.
That's tight.
Definitely way different than your guys's.
That's
Can I
good
ask
routine.
you guys about the welcome party though? And you don't have to like, you'll still be invited next year if you didn't like it. But like this year, a big thing for me was having the capacity to put the checks on the wall. That was like really important to me. Like what what stood out to you from the welcome party that you thought was like a cool detail or something?
Oh, I loved the welcome party this year. It was
You're
sick.
invited back.
No, I had so much fun.
You're
Went in, made a bracelet, you know,
Awesome.
with all the girls. Definitely checked out those checks on the wall, of course. I'm gonna go look at those. Got goodie bag, most insane goodie bag. Also for people who do not compete or like don't know anything about it, the best goodie bag for anything in snowboarding. I don't know if it could ever be better.
What are we talking here?
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. We got a Rockstar Zippo's lighter.
Yeah,
so sick.
actually.
Yeah, got new screwdrivers. I was definitely most excited about like the house appliance things. Those are really epic. Flags, so much stuff. New water bottles, of course.
Towel?
So fun. Yeah.
Or was it a flag?
No, the flag.
Towel.
Wait, there was a.
That's a towel.
That's a towel.
You can use it as a flag.
Flag that in your backyard, but that's
right.
for sure a towel. That was so sick. The
It's
flag.
like a travel towel. I don't know. I didn't get one. I have not seen
didn't
them
get
yet.
one?
That was
No.
sick.
You should probably get one.
Oh,
Maybe next year.
Ilva, choose your words wisely about this party if you want to be invited back.
Yeah.
I'll be invited back. I'm so fun at parties. Yeah, fuck. I loved the whole thing. The dinner stood out to me. That was good. We got some real nice, like, what are they called? Mini tacos. Yeah.
So good.
Very nice. And all the Japanese girls were like so cute. Like Hinano and Himari and Suzuki, they like came there and they were so sweet, brought all those little presents, and I loved seeing those girls in person. I've like been a huge fan since they were maybe 3 years old doing backtails. Like, poof, that was so cool to see them there. Yeah. Just meeting all the girls, I think that's always my standout at the party. Like a lot of hugs and a lot of good vibes. Just people are excited. It's the first day that everyone meets and everyone's so excited.
Yeah, we had a red carpet this year, and Nidecker did the party for us, so shout out to them for sure. But I just want the girls to walk in there and be like, holy shit, is this for us? Jody Washniak walked in and he goes, holy shit, this is better than natural selection. Like, what the fuck are we up to?
Fuck yeah.
All right, we got another good question. This one is from Zoe Patton. Most iconic crowd sign. I can jump in there just because one that
go.
stood out for me. My buddy Austin Granger made a sign for Laura Rogowski, and he spelled the word sign wrong. He spelled it S-I-N-E. So that brought me some joy. He's not very great at spelling, so that one was my
good.
personal favorite, the spelling error.
Some of the girls in the, I don't know who had that sign, but some of the girls in the crowd gave my boyfriend a sign that said something like, my pussy purse for the girl, or something like that. And I was like, fuck yeah, I just see him holding that, like, okay.
The global live stream.
Yep. Any
Gotta
other
say.
takers? Any other memorable signs?
That was the best sign for sure.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was definitely one.
I like the Go Team Japan sign.
Yeah, yeah. Silk, why don't we get into Nitro Turbo Takes? Let me find the, here's the jingle. Here we go.
Welcome to Nitro Turbo Takes.
Presented by Nitro Snowboards. These questions are submitted by Canoe Elias.
Nitro Snowboards has been building snowboard products, boards, boots, and bindings for over 34 years and has one simple mission: to inspire people to get out and go snowboarding and support their local and global community by supporting the shops, the organizations, and the people who are dedicating their lives to this.
Do we need to do some salts before?
Sure, yeah. You guys want to
Turbo
smack?
Takes?
I mean, optional,
doing
of
it.
course, but if you want to, just pinch the middle. Yep.
I'll take a used one.
Yeah, take a used one.
You can kind of taste them if you're really close.
You should pull your mic back just a hair, Ylva. You're just a little close on that.
Oh, my eyes are watering.
That's
good.
Better?
That's good.
These questions are submitted by Canute Eliason. Do you guys know? Have you ever heard of Canute?
Shout out, Canoe.
Know who that is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
of course.
Yeah.
Legend.
All right, Silk, fire it up. What do we got?
Okay, this question's for everybody. What was your favorite feature to ride at the Uninvited Invitational?
Clacker. That thing was so fun and built so nice and slid so well. Love that one.
Clackamas County.
Yeah. I'll back that.
You're seconding the clacker?
Yeah. That's a fun one.
I only hit the wall ride. So the wall ride.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Chris, what feature would you have wanted to hit?
You know, that's a great question. I want to get a piece of that down hubba. I want to get a piece of that thing. It looks fun.
Or the downflow down with the back lip, like on the bum hookup. Maybe next year.
Thank you. Yeah. Just back taco and fucking poach the contest. Just send me home in a body bag. Let's do this. All right. What else we got, Silk?
This is for Jess. What's your favorite uninvited invitational moment from the last years?
From all the years?
Maybe one singular moment out of all the years. I'm interpreting it here.
I mean, I don't know. I blacked out a couple of those years, but I'd say like the fact that the champagne fucks up every single year. And it's just ironic because first the girls don't know how to open bottles of champagne because they've never, well, first they're all under the age of 15. So, but also like they've just never had that opportunity to be in an event where there was champagne or something, you know? So like the first year the corks didn't open. Last year the corks just started popping because they heated up in the sun and we're like hitting them in the face. And then this year the corks didn't open again. But then some people had brought champagne from like this sick winery in California and kind of like saved the day there. But it's just the champagne never working is funny, sad, funny.
I like it. This was for Brantley. Who is the North Carolina goat?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. Oh, I gotta go for boarding. Probably like legendary status would be Cam Pierce.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good throwback reference.
All right, this is for Ylfa. Which trick do you like better between 1-footers or hand plants? Parentheses, you kind of are a master of both of them.
Wow, that's incredible that he thinks that. I like 1-footers because they're scary. In-runs are scary. Like the trick itself is usually not that scary, but in-runs and landings and picking up speed after your landings, fucking scary. And it's a good way to get like nice adrenaline and not hit the biggest thing ever or like go bigger, you know? You can just go sketchier and get the same amount of adrenaline. I like that.
Smart
Yeah,
answer.
that's why I like 1-footers, I think.
All right, this is for Chris. What song would you give Jess, Ylfa, and Brantley if they were to share an opening video part together right now?
What song? What song? Is it Katy Perry came in like a wrecking ball?
Dude, I was thinking like,
Is that
who says
Katy Perry,
wrecking ball?
though?
No, it's Miley Cyrus.
It's Miley
Miley
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus. Yeah, Miley Cyrus. I don't know. It's got a good vibe to it. I don't know.
That's good.
First part, come in swinging.
I would love that.
Yeah. Maybe with the goat screaming compilation remix.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's the Taylor Swift.
Oh, the Taylor Swift. Maybe actually, I'm going to change my answer. The Taylor Swift, but the goats singing the scream part.
What
would
is
be
that
really good.
song again? The goat
I
one.
knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah. That was too funny. That's a good song. I'll write to that.
All right, this is for everybody. Who is the next female superstar in snowboarding?
Good question, Kenny.
Hinano, I think.
I think Hinano.
Yeah.
Like if we say next, as in like
As in
Jess
Jess
is
is
already a
established.
superstar. Himari is already a superstar. They were all on the podium, but I think next in line is Hinano.
I would agree.
Yeah. And Katja, maybe.
Yeah.
She was like,
You know
she's
how I
also
found
like
Katja?
15, maybe
She's 14.
14, yeah.
No way.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Katya, no idea about her. Hannah's mom took her foster siblings up to a dome because Hannah's been hurt.
Yeah.
And Hannah's mom came back and was like, yo, you got to, I mean, in Finnish,
Yeah.
you got to know about this girl, Stroopwafel, whatever,
That
on
is
Instagram.
sick.
And so I checked her out and then hit her up being like, yo, you should enter the wild card. And I
Yeah.
can't believe she came because she was like, my FIS organization was very mad at me for coming to this, you know?
Is he Netherlands?
Yeah, Netherlands.
So she's Snow Dome?
Yeah.
She's a snow dome, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and she's so young, but she seems like, because she's tall, she gets like overlooked to be an adult, but she's like also like a kid. And she was so confident on her board.
Yeah.
There's no way you'll think she's 14 when you see that kind of riding, you know? Yeah, maybe these two. From this event, at least, there's gazillions out there right now.
All right, this question's for Jess. What's your favorite way to get up the mountain? Chairlift, gondola, or
Snowmobile.
sled? Yep, there you go. Okay. This is for Ylfa. What's
Do
your
or Polaris? Follow up.
Dude, duh.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
Just making sure.
good.
Just making sure.
All right, be passed. This is for Ylfa. What's your favorite trick you have filmed this year?
Ooh, good question.
This year, a crippler that I filmed.
Wow, I
I'm
want to
hyped on
answer. I wish that question was for me. What's the best, my favorite trick of Ylva's in a video part? I'm asking myself. Okay.
I got one.
What do you got?
Fucking monster 50-50 to 70-foot drop on the overpass hubble ledge.
Yeah, that was freaky for sure.
Pretty good choice.
There's just so many. I edited a couple of your video parts, so I watched every fucking try. But I really like the that like frontside wall ride you do into that like thing. Is it
yeah.
3? Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
sick.
a Helsinki find.
But it was like how much
yeah.
you stuck to the wall. Because when I was like younger and trying to film video parts, for me it was all about wall rides because you can't cheat. Like you're either on it or not, and in it or not. So that was really sick. I like that.
Yeah, that was like is it the creeper one and then into the sniper wall, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool spot. I was hyped when I found that. It was like blue. Like this, like
Man,
all blue.
I always think about you like when I talk to Ben, and I don't know if like you guys are slightly on the spectrum, but I mean Ben is for sure. But like the way that you approach snowboarding, thinking in color, and he really approaches snowboarding thinking in sound, and that's why like he wanted to build that wall ride. That's why he wanted to build the clack thing, and then the first year. He had those, like he's always thinking like, what audio is it going to make? And then I always think about you and how like, you're such a gift to snowboarding, the way that you look at things. I've never heard a guy say, or anyone say, like when I'm looking for spots, the first thing I look for is color. And it's true. It's so sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, this is for Brantley. What 3 elements are needed for you to have a good day on the mountain?
Ooh. It's probably sunscreen would be a good one. Always need that, not trying to get fried. Friends, number one. I think personally, best day on hill is when you just have all your homies with you, party lapping. And then third, probably a nice flat rail with a big drop.
Oh, yeah.
Money. That's a good trifecta.
This question's for everybody. How long does it take you to do a sticker job on your board?
Embarrassing question.
12 minutes.
I'm like 1 minute.
Really fast,
Really
yeah.
bad. A lot of bubbles.
Really? Oh, you guys.
Slap them on there.
I'm like awful.
How long does it
with
take you?
Oh, it's like minimum 45, probably.
Wow.
I like to take my time.
It's meditation for you.
I feel like the more love you put into the board, the more it loves you back.
You got a protractor out there?
Yeah, well, I'm not like a perfectionist. It's more like
Laser
the
level?
visual. It's like
It sounds like a perfectionist.
Does it look right? It's a feeling. I'm looking for a feeling. I'm not looking for perfection. Which stickers are going in the middle? The homie companies. Who knows? There's a lot of
Kind of like
questions.
stick to a formula by now.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the new gen are going. They're going horizontal with the sticker job.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And
We're old.
I think I'm just come from the school of the.
What is horizontal?
Like the stickers are
Like straight across.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I always.
You don't like that?
I'm just
We're a little wacky. We're going to tilt it to the side. Straight up. It's like millennials posing. Millennial sticker jobs.
Nice.
That was fucking amazing. Jess, we're going back to you for this question. Tell us about the concept behind your new capita equalizer graphic with the heart and the flower. Parentheses, such a beautiful graphic.
Oh, thank you. That is an ironic one. It's basically like kind of representing like there was just so many like shitty things that happened when I was coming up in the industry that I wasn't really like not even just like allowed to talk about, but I knew like if I talked about it, I was just going to be seen as like a complainer, and I was lucky to even be there in the first place. And out of that came this. Out of that grew like this feeling that I didn't have. It's kind of like it's a broken heart, right? And I didn't really feel like I had a community and I saw all these girls that didn't have it, and I just like felt so much for them and knew I needed to like do something to change their prospects, because that was the only way. It was like a total clap back, like fuck you at everything that I had gone through. And that's what I'm saying about like the Olympic thing too. Like you fuck someone over, and I always tell that person that's fucked over, like, look, this is gonna like be your strength one day, and it's so annoying to hear in the moment. So I try not to say it really. I just wait till it is their strength, and then be like, I could have told you that. But yeah, it's like and it's like this flower growing out of it, and the petals on the flower are all hands, and it's just like this. Everything that I've built, everything with the Uninvited, all the films, everything has grown out of those difficult and shitty experiences. So it's kind of cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. This question's for Ylfa. Where does all of your positive energy and power come from when you're snowboarding?
I fucking love it. I love snowboarding. I think it comes from just everything. I don't only love the act of it. I love the people. I love being outside the whole day, having a mission, being like just stuck in the moment, kind of like forever kid. It feels like when you're on your snowboard. Yeah, that's where the energy comes from. Literally, like, it has like all the best things and also all the worst things, because you put a lot of like, I don't know, all your heart and soul into it. But then it's just, yeah, I think the energy comes from just being there, boarding, being out there. Yeah.
Sick. This is for everybody. Do you adjust or modify your snowboard setup?
Modify, like take a grinder to the edges for the one day I ride a rail a year.
Yeah, whatever.
Do that.
Forward lean.
No.
No?
I don't mess with the
I like out of the
bikes.
box.
I change the high backs to the direction of your
yeah,
edge.
I do that too.
And I have a bit of forward lean.
You would.
But I don't detune.
You don't?
No.
Oh, gee.
No, she goes natty. It detunes natural, right?
I guess so.
It's like people that don't scrape their boards and they just ride off the wax.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It just might eat shit the first week, but other than that, they'll be fine. It's nice to have edges sometimes, you know. I want to take them away.
You detune, Brantley?
Fully. I have no edges on my snowboard.
Fully.
Respect. I answer this question all the time. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
Do I modify? Not really. No, I've been going sharper and sharper as I get older and older. And then just slap the bindings on and spend a long time on the sticker job. Wax it. That's pretty much it.
The stickers is
Pretty
the
simple.
fine tuning.
Yeah, I put a stomp pad on for getting off the lift and an occasional 1-footer, but that's pretty much it.
Yes.
All right.
You guys run stomp pads?
Hell yeah.
No.
No. Oh, wow. Free range chicken.
Yeah.
Going organic.
Have her sliding around a whole
Yeah.
bunch.
Nice.
Well, we got another question for you, Brantley. What's up with you never wearing a jacket?
I'm from the South.
That was it.
I don't know. It's hot down there. We don't wear jackets, and then.
But you're up here.
But it's
I
cold
know,
now.
but
so
then I come here and I just feel restricted in jackets. You know, I don't like them.
Who's your outerwear sponsor?
L1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why the
shout out.
question,
That's the
probably.
Okay.
They make nice pants though, right?
Yeah, they make
Just start
dope
making hoodies for her.
I know. They gave me a couple. We're all good.
All right, this is for everybody. You have all inspired so many women riders, all riders, over the years. What advice would you give to others who would like to do the same?
Don't give up. Keep going, you know? Like, especially as women, I feel like, you know, we do face a lot of challenging things, which is tremendously getting better. And I'm loving to see it through everything that, you know, you guys are doing and all of that. But yeah, just don't listen to what people say. Keep going, keep riding, do what you love. Don't let somebody else tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think, ask yourself also, like, what do you want? And do you want it? Like, don't get taken by it and be, like, surprised by what's happening. Or, like, because sometimes you'll get an opportunity and you don't even see it because it's maybe not what you want. And then that's okay. But just, like, what do you want? And, like, try to follow that. Like, follow your thing. And if you want to do this, then my advice is, like, yes, just keep doing that. Do you. Like, keep going, like Brantley was saying. Yeah.
I'd say just you have to get over the fear of looking stupid and the fear of doing something badly, because the only time that you get good, like there are a few freak shows in the world that are just able to do everything right away. But if you're unable to get through that first barrier of worrying that you're going to look stupid or you're going to do it badly. Like I deal with it all the time. Still, I dealt with it with the event. I dealt with it my whole career. And I was always just telling myself, just fucking do it and suck and just know that like, because you're doing it and sucking and people are seeing it, one day they're going to see you and be like, oh, wow, she's landing that, or wow, this event actually worked, or whatever it is. So I think just like charge at the opportunity to look stupid and be bad, because that's how you're going to get good.
Good answers.
Yeah, we have one more question. This is again for everybody. What is a hidden talent that you have that most people don't know about?
Ylfa beatbox for us.
That's definitely not a talent. That's like some ego thinking I can do it. But Jess's hidden talent is actually rapping to my beatbox. Here we go.
No.
Put me on the spot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so loud and vocal that I probably don't have anything hidden ever.
Good answer.
What's your hidden talent, Chris?
I don't know. I was just thinking about that. There's just like mediocre at riding dirt bikes. It's not really hidden. I don't know. Not sure. Being really disorganized. Is that?
Oh, that could be mine too. I like this one.
I don't know. That's.
Brantley, do you got some?
Oh, I love hustling people in pool. It's like
wow.
my favorite
Okay.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good answer.
That's my
Do you make a
favorite.
lot of money doing that?
Yeah, you got to go in and act really bad, you know? There's a tech, yeah. But every time I go to my grandpa's house, he makes me run pool drills. So I've had my training.
Oh, you're running
Fuck
drills.
yeah.
What does that entail? I'm curious.
Yeah, me too.
There's a bunch of different ones, but my favorite that we always run is he'll like line the balls up, like 3 on each side, 3 in the middle, 3 right here, and you have to like make them all in one fell swoop.
Wow.
And it's about leave, you know, like there's so much.
You
that
know
goes into it.
what's being good at pool is a pretty gangster
fun.
trait.
Yeah,
you
so
know, just
sick.
showing up and like running the table on people.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's not for me.
That was
I respect it. Jess, you got
absolutely
got
best.
anything?
I'm really good at chopping wood
Oh,
and
okay.
identifying wood
Okay.
once I've chopped it.
Wow.
That's sick. That's
Species
badass.
for wood.
Hidden
Species
talent.
of trees.
What my favorite species of trees?
I'm just saying, you know what kind of lumber
Yeah.
you're chopping is what you're telling us.
oh yeah,
Okay.
as long as I'm on the West Coast.
Maria got big time into the logging too. I've been talking about her to like I have this crazy business idea. Hear me out. What if I start an OnlyFans with her chopping wood? She's fully clothed, but she looks crazy cool doing it.
That's so
And I
sad.
make money from it. I could be some sort of a pimp. How sick would that be?
The lumber
like
pimp?
she's actually like her hands are getting muscular. Like her fingers are like biceps. She's like because she's been logging so much.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, but yeah, that was my business. That might be my hidden talent, a pimp,
A lumber pimp.
a lumber pimp. There we go.
What's the best lumber to burn, Jess? What's the best burning wood?
I mean, Douglas fir is highly overlooked. It has a lot of BTUs compared to most softwoods, but it's kind of like loaded with sap, which is like it's like soaked in fuel kind of thing.
Okay, good answer. All right, I got a hard-hitting question here. This is from Drift Products. What is one thing men don't understand about being a woman in snowboarding? Who wants to take this one?
Me.
Take it.
I think everything that is led, like it's often people just look at the girls and the guys and they're like, oh, the girls aren't as good, so why should we give a shit? But they don't realize like everything that girl had to overcome just to stand there and strap in. And I'm talking like mentally, because if you're not a girl, you don't hear all that messaging your entire life from when you're like a baby up till now. That's like, be safe, don't take risks, don't do anything weird, like just look good. It's all about how you look. Like all that stuff that's like, it adds up to make you think that you shouldn't be there. And just little things over the years that it's just really, really hard to be there. And that's why like it's so fucking courageous for all those girls to be up there standing like ready to drop in. And I think like the next generation didn't have that as much. And that's why all the people that are coming out of the woodwork are like 13, 14, because they didn't grow up hearing like, get the fuck out of here, beat it, you're a pro hoe, did you suck your team manager's dick, all those things. Like people used to say the gnarliest stuff about any girl that snowboarded. It did not matter how she snowboarded. It was like, oh, she's a fucking pro hoe, or she's a sex symbol, or whatever it is. She sucks so-and-so's dick. Like, that's all we used to hear. Go make me a sandwich. Make me a fucking sandwich. Like, that doesn't look like a kitchen. All that shit. And I think like that adds up to make you be like, oh my God, I already don't think I can do this. Now I definitely think I can't do this. And that's it. You know, it's not about like, well, we're just not as good. Like, we're not as good because we got fucking kicked around like and told we're not supposed to be doing it. So that's why. That's all.
A+ rant. That's great.
I mean, guys have their own challenges too because they're expected to be good. So that's a whole other thing for people who aren't naturally like athletic or strong or whatever. But the message to them still is you're supposed to be good. You're supposed to be strong. And to the girls, it's like you're not supposed to be good and you're not supposed to be strong.
Any other?
Sorry.
Ylfa?
I'm just this.
Yeah.
Just preach. Like,
good.
that was good. That was great. And I think that all the girls agree. Like, we're seeing it change now. The younger girls are like a living proof of that. Like, it is changing and it's so sick. And we love that. We love to see it happen.
Beautiful. Good for us dudes to hear too. Bad Taco wants to hear what goes into the judging at the Uninvited.
Well, Ylfa, you were a judge last year.
Yeah. Last year, it's just like keeping track of every trick that goes down, obviously. Like, eyes on the course at all times.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard event to judge.
For sure. But yeah, when we were, I don't know exactly, probably similar criteria, but like count the things that you would use in a video part. If you're coming off the end perfectly, if you're getting around that 270, if you're trying something out, if you're squared up, if if your arms indicated that you were not in control, maybe it doesn't count as high as someone that's obviously in control. And like those things, like things that you can see with your eye, maybe you can't put words on it if you're not used to judging or watching a lot of snowboarding. But like these judges that you had this year, like they are all incredible snowboarders and like incredible at what they do, and they know exactly when it looks right. And that's what gets scores when it looks right. That's yeah.
Let's talk about the judges because you had Katie. You had
Katie Cook,
who judges World Cups and everything else, highly qualified. You have Louis Paradis. Whew.
Highly qualified.
Highly qualified. Oh, maybe too qualified. Those French Canadians are sticklers. Yeah. Mikey LeBlanc, Melissa Rattano. It's freaking great staff.
Yeah, I mean,
heavy lineup.
I do get shit for the judging every year. I mean, I get shit for everything every year because I don't think people understand like what the purpose of the event is. And the purpose of the event originally was to find a reason to raise a large amount of money to be able to give to the girls. And it's like in Canada, when they give away something, like in a cereal box, anything, you have to answer a skill testing question. And it's usually like 4 + 3 - 2 or whatever. And the contest was essentially like the skill testing question. So it was like an opportunity for them to have like the best filmers, the best setup, and not be having to wait till the guys are done riding and the course is banged out. But then it was also to like give away a lot of money. So yes, there's a 1st to 5th place. Yeah, and then there's all those other auxiliary awards because I want the money to like spread out as far as it can. But the event is not about the results. It's not. It's great if you have good results, but every single girl that comes there, even if they don't make finals, are going to get so much out of it. It's a chance for their team managers to see what they can do. It's a chance to come to America and meet people and like get involved in the industry. It's a chance to make connections and get a lot of them, like that's their first time in front of a real camera. And then we give them all the footage and all the photos, So it's like, it's not just about the results. And it's an incredibly hard and subjective contest to judge. Like if we wanted to make it easier to judge, like you guys don't want that because then it's going to be like everyone gets 2 runs. Best of 2 runs counts. We're trying to leave the door as open as possible for the most progression to happen. And sometimes like, yeah, the results don't reflect what someone might think, but like you got to remember like this isn't about the results.
I think also sometimes one thing I'd like to add to that, to the people that are questioning the results, a lot of the footage that's coming out is from like all of the days. And maybe someone was like the one to watch in the qualifying days, but they just didn't maybe lace up in the finals. That's sometimes what happens. Maybe they had like the banger of the year, but it was in the qualifiers.
Well, Hinano's front blunt 2-7 on the kink rail, like almost first try. She did it in qualifiers and kind of got stuck on it in finals.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny how she's like, fuck, I can't get the front blunt 270 on the kink rail, so she just goes back tail 270 on the kink rail.
That is fucking sick. But yeah, I think, just that could also be one thing that like people can have in mind, because even the judges are, because there are so many girls in the males this year, the girls were recommended to wear the same outfit so the judges can have an easy time quickly identifying who was dropping in. So the footage is all going to look like it's from the same day, but this is like 3 different days.
Yeah, it's a really good point.
And the finals is only that one day, and it's about who shows up that day. So that could also be why some people are disappointed with the results or something like that.
Money. All right, Jess, I know you got to jump in a few, but before we do, I think we should get into a great segment of the show that is
Welcome to Run Through Wall Trivia.
All right, you got a buzzer behind you, behind your head. You guys all should have buzzers behind your head.
You're fired.
Silk, you want to break it down?
Yeah, pretty simple. Chris is going to read a question. You will buzz if you want to answer the question. You can buzz before he's done reading, but he will stop reading. So you better know it when you buzz it. If you get it right, you get a point. I'll be keeping track of points. If you attempt a question and you get it wrong, we highly encourage you to do a smelling salt. We won't require it.
Are you legally forced to say that?
Nobody's requiring me to do anything. Just out of the kindness of my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I get it all?
That's it.
Is that it?
Let's get into it. But the thing is important. Some people started buzzing as soon as I started talking so they could answer first. So now if you...
I was just about to do that.
As soon as you buzz, I stop talking. And,
Okay.
And you have to submit an answer. And if you get it's only if you get the wrong answer, you got to do a salt.
Yeah.
Again, there is no prize. We've been talking about getting a prize for the winner.
Any ideas?
You know what I was thinking? We could do like golden. We could spray paint a bunch of gold bottles that are like winners. You know,
Maybe the paint is still fresh.
and the paint's and then
Gets
you could
all over
you
you.
also,
All over your
yeah.
We just spray painted it. Here you go.
Okay, first question. Focus up. MFR rode for what brand before?
Rome.
Oh.
Correct. Damn, she's good. Name a rider that competed in X Games Real Snow while also being a mom.
Maria Thompson.
That's correct.
Oh my gosh, I don't even have
And she broke her
chance.
hip halfway through and still finished her part.
All right, Ylfa, Brantley, you guys need to be sharp.
Sorry, guys, I'm a
together.
freak.
Who got Ender in the film Bittersweet?
Egan.
That's correct.
Yeah, Egan.
All right. Bonus question.
1-2.
I'm a millennial.
What monumental trick did she do on a down, flat, down?
Nose press.
That's correct. Name 3 all-women's snowboard productions.
Runway Films, Peep Show, Uninvited, Jetpack, Too Hard,
Also have Full Moon on here.
Full Moon, but that's kind of like an evolution of Runway.
Yep. Okay.
Brantley, you're too young.
I'm too young and I grew up with wakeboarders. I don't know.
Okay. Name 3 women snowboarders that have front board. Oh, wait. Did I say 2 or 3? What did I say there? Did I say 3? I'm going to request. Name 2 women snowboarders that have front boarded a kink in the streets.
Iris and Jill Perkins.
That's correct. Bonus Lolo, also front boarded a triple kink.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. What rider recently did a cab 9 nose grab to 50-50?
Wait, say that. Oh, Mia Brooks.
That's
What
correct.
was the trick again? I didn't hear the trick.
Cab 9 nose grab.
Cab
Not-
9
yeah.
nose grab to
Yeah,
50.
because there's a bunch of girls throwing down on that. So,
Yeah, I thought it was cool, Wakashima.
cool. Yeah, she did a 10.
But that was it 10?
yeah,
okay.
that's why I was like, what did you say? But yeah.
A lot of heaters.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. What are you thinking on this? Cab 9 nose to 50-50. Okay. All right.
Insane.
This year, what female rider won the natural selection?
Spencer O'Brien.
That's correct.
Nice. I forgot about that because I was balls
Gosh,
deep in
I feel
organizing.
so uneducated right now.
That's okay. It's okay. What's the score, Silk, so we know?
Right now, Ylfa's in the lead. She has 5 points. Jess, you have 3.
Yeah, I came out hot
You're
and
not
then
on the scoreboard
faded.
yet.
That's all right.
Over
That's
too.
all right.
All right.
I'll take the L.
Here we go. In the movie Amped, what woman rider did a back rodeo and
Pterodakitas.
switchback rodeo? That's
Pterodakitas.
correct. That's correct. All right. Final question. What video did Ben Bullock ride to the song Night of the Vampire?
First video grass.
That's correct. So we're all tied up.
Fuck.
Yeah, we are all tied
And
up.
I'm out of questions.
I don't think this has happened before.
Okay, I got to come up with a question. All right. I got one.
Yeah,
off
guys.
the dome.
Off the dome.
Here we go.
For a gold bottle of smelling salts.
Well, we don't have the gold bottle.
We'll spray paint it later.
I
I'll
owe
bring it
I owe
back.
you.
Yeah.
I owe
I
you.
owe you.
I owe you. We will send you one.
Yeah.
I got gold
We'll
spray
get
paint.
to it.
I
at
see
my
you looking
house.
at Ylva when you said that. You don't have no faith. Okay, let's go.
Wow.
All right, here we go. This is off the dome.
Okay.
What female rider was the first one to do a double backflip into powder?
Kimi Fasani.
That's correct. Jess with the win.
Wow.
Yeah, Jess.
All right.
It's because he went
I
with
knew
an old.
that, though. I
He went
knew
with an
that,
older
too.
person question.
That was a barn burner.
That was good though.
Really
Incredible
came down to the
event,
wire.
everybody.
Y'all just wait till next
That's
time.
run. You know,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna.
more prepared.
I'm gonna. There was no wrong answers. There wasn't a single salt.
Singles.
I don't like that. That was that backfired really
Doing
for us.
now.
I'm gonna do a celebratory anyway.
I feel like I need to do one for not getting one.
Oh, good batch.
Some people do it for the eyes. Do you?
yeah.
Not me.
Serious?
Makes my
Yeah.
eyes
I
dry.
don't do that.
No, thank you.
Oh god.
It's weird.
All right, we're gonna cut to an interview. I had a chance to catch up with Jess Perlmutter yesterday, so let's get into it.
All right, we're going to take a quick intermission here to talk to you about our good friends over at Pub Beer, who just happen to be the official beer of questionable decision-making and cheap fun. That's right. You heard it here first. Whether you're just having a couple, maybe you're watching the game, Pub Beer's a great option. Cheap fun. Maybe you need 50. Did you just get dumped? Pub Beer's got you covered. Cheap fun every time. Pub Beer.
All right, I got a product for you guys today I want to talk about. It's called the Squad Mag Goggle from Smith. You might catch Scott Stevens wearing these bad boys. And here's what I like about them. For me, I'm huge when a goggle lens is easy to change. And these have a great system that makes it really convenient to switch out your lenses. It's just a click of a button, boom, boom. And then if you got a low light day, it comes with a low light lens. And then you got more of a chrome lens for when it's really bright out there. It interfaces perfectly with the Smith helmets as well. So it's a really good goggle. They don't fog. They got some good anti-fog technology. Don't know how it works, but that's a great feature for me. And lastly, the one thing that's huge for me is a wide periph. You got a good peripheral vision with these things. So if you're interested in checking out the Squad Mag goggle, head on over to smithoptics.com and you can use promo code BOMBHOLE15 and that will take 15% off your initial order from Smith Optics. It's smithoptics.com. Again, use promo code BOMBHOLE15 to take 15% off your order.
All right, we're going to take a brief intermission to discuss some incredible offers from our incredible friends over at Woodward Park City. Get your child's snowboarding adventure started correctly at Woodward Park City. Whether they're making their first turns or mastering front boards, Woodward Park City has a wide range of classes for all ages and all skill levels. If you're interested in progressing, head on over to woodwardparkcity.com.
All right, we're sitting down with Jess Perlmutter, current winner of the Uninvited Invitational 2025. How we feeling about everything, Jess?
Amazing. So good.
Wild weekend. I mean, you won 15 grand and then you won another standout 15.5. 15 years old. It's got to feel good.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious. When I was watching you ride, you were completely locked in. I think you only missed one or two tricks the whole time. Like, what did you do to get yourself in that level of confidence?
I kind of did all the tricks that I was going to do in finals and qualies. So I had like some practice, but like some of the big tricks I did, like the 4 out and like gap cab 2 pull on the DFD, I was kind of just winging it. So like, I don't know, the tricks that I already landed kind of gave me confidence for those.
Yeah, you're in the pocket. But how do you get that confidence going into the event? Is it snowboarding all the time?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, how many days, like let's just say in the past month, how many days did you snowboard, do you think?
Like all the days except for probably one
So
for a travel day.
every day but travel days you're snowboarding. I heard that after the Uninvited and after Bombhole Cup, you wanted to continue riding.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you rode after Uninvited?
No, but I wanted to, but my dad wouldn't let me.
That's it. So I'm always so curious how people get so good at snowboarding, but it seems like when you ride as much as you do, it feels like an extension of your body.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you got some great coaches too. I've seen Ryan out there. I need some coaching from Ryan. He's unbelievably good.
Yeah.
What's he telling you when you're riding with him?
He's like, you could do that more proper. He's like, he's really good at snowboarding. So he like taught me all my tricks. Like he taught me cab to pull. He taught me front board. And like he was like the first coach I ever had. Like he taught me how to like basically 50-50 in board side. So it's like we like compete and stuff. Like now we're like doing kind of the same tricks and stuff.
Now you got him covered, probably.
Yeah, but he's way better than me still.
What's the key to the cab 2 regular, cab 2 pull?
It's like, I think of it as just like half cab to front board.
That's it.
Yeah.
Kind of catch the inside so you can bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's money. So let's just talk about this season. It's been a wild season for you. I probably am missing something, but I mean, I was at Red Bull Heavy Metal Minnesota. You got a podium there, right?
Yeah.
And then Red Bull Heavy Metal Boston. You won the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
That was insane. We talked about that actually, but that was wild, huh?
Yeah. That was probably like, I don't know, it was crazier than like most events. Like I feel like that and Uninvited might be like a little more surprised. I was like kind of shocked about Uninvited, but like I had no expectations going into Boston Heavy Metal, so that was crazy.
What about that monster kink rail at the end? That thing looked terrifying.
I was like cooked from the past 2 zones, so I was like, just survive the kink rail. And I kind of didn't. I kind of died on the stairs, but it was like fun to try it. I didn't get to the end, but it was still fun.
But you launched a backy on the step down in zone 2. That was heavy.
Yeah.
That was cool. So then, yeah, you won then you just won Bombhole Cup last weekend, the Park Showdown, to continue the tear.
Yeah.
That was major. I got a question for you. The park jump that was built by Charles Beckinsale is a 35-foot mini X Games jump. What did you think of that thing?
Perfect. I love that jump. It was so nice, but I didn't do the mandatory 9.
It's okay, you did a double backflip.
Yeah.
What else? Back 7?
I tried, me and my friend Gabby, she went to Bombhole, and we were like, let's do cab 9 together. But neither of us got it. Like, I first hit, I did cab 5, and then I tried it like twice, and then I just like did cab 7 to my butt.
But you did, and then you did double backflip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you put a certified beat down on all the rails. And then nationals, that went well.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I got first in rail jam and then 5th in slope, but couldn't put a run down in slope.
What happened is slow?
Yeah. It was like, it snowed the night before, so it was like you had to tuck into all the jumps.
Cool. And then this latest event, the Uninvited, you just circle back to that, and that was just a freaking insane showing.
Yeah.
What was the feeling when they called your name that you won everything?
It was like the best feeling ever. Cause like after I kind of like was like, I had no idea I was gonna win, but like after they said Himari's name, like second place, I was like, maybe. And then like Maggie, Rachel, and who else? Oh, my friend
Ryan was around.
Yeah.
Devin, right?
And Aaron, Steve's Barb. And they all, like, right after they said it, they were all, like, around me, like, oh, my God, are you ready? Are you ready? And I was like, whoa, I didn't know. And then when they called my name, Maggie put me on her shoulders, and then she dropped me. And then it was crazy.
Cool. Yeah, that's got to be a surreal experience. I was looking around. I saw it. I saw Ryan and everybody kind of start to get closer to you as it got closer to. There was only one name left to be called, and I feel like I saw you sitting in the back of the crowd and probably just like, oh, holy smokes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. And then what happened after the event? You guys popped some champagne.
Yeah.
Got a giant check.
Went to Chipotle.
Oh, you went to Chipotle. Okay, nice. How was that?
Fire. I went there for yesterday was the 5th time in a row I've been to Chipotle.
Oh, you just been hammering Chipotle.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was my reward.
And then the Capita crew, you guys had a nice Airbnb. What was going on over there?
Heavy basketball tournament. We had a mini hoop thing, and me and Rigo and Mark and Devin, we all played, but Rigo won.
Rigo won, but you took down Dangler, right?
Yeah.
Did that feel good?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you take down Devin? Nice. So Rigo's, but I heard you said there was some questionable tactics.
There was a little bit of defense, and he was we were playing blackjack to 21, and he would always shoot in my basket, so I went over 21 and lost. It was so bad.
Nice. Well, you won the uninvited.
Yeah.
So, you may have lost the basketball tournament, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So we're heading into summer now. What do we got for plans?
I'm going to use my money to go to Mount Hood for 3 weeks, I think, which I'm so hyped for. Mount Hood's the best.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
And for school, what's your situation? You go to public school?
Yeah, I go to Killington Mountain School. So it's basically for mountain sports and stuff. So in the morning I snowboard, and then I do school. And when I travel, I just do online and do my assignments from my computer.
You get good grades?
Always.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't even need to get good grades because you're doing great snowboarding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I know your
my dad will hold me to it.
Your dad would kill me for saying that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. KMS, you guys got some legendary alumni there. Lucas Magoon, Danny Cass, Lane Knack. Is Devin, is he a KMS coach?
Yeah. And
Cool.
Ryan.
Oh, they're both KMS coaches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Cool. I heard Okimo's getting rid of the half pipe. What's the deal with that?
Save the pipe. They got it back, though.
Oh, they got it back?
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere?
No.
That's major.
I don't know about next year, but this year they saved it.
Well, that's cool. For your snowboarding, what grade are you in? You're 15. What is that? Sophomore?
Freshman, 9th.
Freshman. Wow. Holy smokes. What's your plans for next winter? What are your goals? What do you want to do?
Kind of similar to this year. I might do the rev tours again, slope and stuff, and then try to balance it with the Red Bull heavy metals and uninvited and stuff for the rails.
So slope style and rail contest.
Yeah.
Nice. That's incredible. Well, I got to show the audience here. You brought me I already had one. It was delicious. A cake batter lollipop or something? What is this thing?
Cake pop.
Cake pop?
Yeah.
How'd you make it?
You just bake a cake, and then you smush it up and whip it and stuff and put the frosting in, and then make them into balls and then freeze them so it hardens, and then melt some chocolate and put it over it, and then put it in the freezer again.
Baller.
Yeah.
Not only a chef on the steel, also a chef in the kitchen. Baker, some will say. So your dad was just talking in the lobby, and he had one thing that he always tells you. What is it?
3 things.
3 things.
3 rules. Spend time with family, have fun, and don't get hurt.
What do you think of those rules?
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think those are the 3 things to everything.
Cool. Seems like you have a supportive family with your mom and dad always traveling with you
Yeah.
and supporting you.
Yeah, for sure.
They got your back.
Yeah.
How was your dad? Was he proud after you won Uninvited?
Yeah, he was so hyped. He was like, oh my God, last year, he was just in shock. My parents had no idea, before Uninvited, that, knew I was, good, but, I don't know, compared to, other pros and stuff, I was really shocked too. Like, I didn't even know. But this year, they were like, just have fun, like, land some stuff you're proud on. But, yeah, my dad was so hyped.
When you were riding, were you kind of like, I feel like I'm doing good? No?
I don't know, because, like, every time, like, someone dropped, everyone would be like, oh, my God. And, like, people were, like, throwing hammers. I feel like the competition was, like, way better this year. Like, I don't know, the Japanese, the Hinano was so good, and Hamari, they're both so good. And, yeah, and Veda, she was really good, and Annika.
Absolutely. When you were hanging with the Japanese, were you guys communicating well? I know sometimes there's a language barrier there.
Yeah. They could, like, kind of speak English, but it was, like, a bunch of head nods and thumbs ups.
But you guys were vibing on some snacks, right?
Yeah. We brought the American snacks, and they brought the Japanese.
What'd you like?
High chews.
Oh, wow. Those
Yeah,
are fantastic.
those are so good. And they brought, like, all the different Kit Kats and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, that's incredible. I heard you guys went, Dangler told me you guys went and got some type of ice cream after or something. What was it? Mickey Mouse ice cream, or the Japanese girls wanted that, or you wanted that?
No, they, like, went to Sprouts, I think, and they came back with Mickey Mouse ice cream for some reason, and we all, like, hammered it and, like, flew through it in 2 days. And then when Hinana got rookie, Hamari got second, and I got first, they all got the Mickey Mouse ice cream.
Celebratory Mickey Mouse ice cream?
Yeah.
How old's Hinano?
13.
That is insane.
Yeah.
You guys, oh, that's nuts. Yeah, so the podium, I guess, 15, 13, Veda got third?
Yeah.
She's a little older. Did Hamari get a podium? I can't remember.
Yeah, Hamari got second.
Or Hinano?
No, Hinano just got rookie, I think.
Oh, Hinano got rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what, Jess, you got a bright future. I know you skate all summer. You excited to hop on the skateboard?
Yeah.
Is that what you do pretty much?
Yeah, it's just Mount Hood and skateboarding, basically.
You chuck it into any airbags?
Yeah. I think, like, here, the UOP, they have an airbag. I might go there. But I think they built, like, an airbag in Mount Hood. So probably there, too.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like last time you came to hit that airbag, we went and skated 9th and 9th.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Kickflip 50. What do we got on the docket this summer? We got any skate goals?
Yeah. I want to learn, like, more ledge tricks to bring to streets and stuff.
Backtails? What are we thinking?
I don't know. I want to get crookeds more and, like, nose slides and stuff.
Nice. We got a good kickflip. That's key.
Yeah.
All right, Jess. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us.
Thank you.
And congrats on all the success. And thank you for the cake pop.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, have safe travels back to the East Coast. And thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, great. Catching up with Jess Perlmutter. We just subbed out Jess Kimura. And now we got Paula Benito in studio. Paula, what's happening? How you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. Thank you.
I think you're our first guest from Spain.
Probably.
Yeah, who you guys got for Spanish riders? You got Q?
Maybe Gerald. You know Gerald?
Yeah, yep. I know Gerald.
I thought maybe she was here.
I've talked to her. We've never done a show before.
Okay.
So you're the first
Wow.
Spaniard.
Wow.
How was your
So
experience at Uninvited? You were ripping, by the way.
Thank you. It was insane. I feel like so honored to be in the finals. I ripping with everyone until the last day. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed so much.
Cool. I love the cab too.
Thank you.
That was butter.
Beautiful.
And then I've seen you at all the other events. You went to Red Bull, Minnesota.
Yeah.
How did that one go for you?
It was cold. Oh my God. I just remember that. I was freezing. I was dying. No, it was...
Sorry.
Just to be there. No, it was super fun though. Like, I enjoyed to be there. It was my first Red Bull event, like, outside of Europe. And I enjoy so much that one too.
And so when I think of Spain, I think of like Barcelona, I think of beaches, I think of warm weather. But I know that a few hours away, where do you live relative to the mountains in Spain?
So I got this mountain of Madrid, like close to Madrid, like 1 hour, less than 1 hour. But we don't go that much because there are not like too many snow there. So now, yes, but other years. So normally, if you are from Madrid, you ride in the dome, in my dome. And if not, you go to the north or you go to the south.
So there's a Spanish indoor dome?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
15 minutes away from my house.
Oh, so you grew up riding indoor?
Yeah. Like
That's
I
insane.
don't go to the mountain that much, that often.
Cool. I love it. Well, last time I hung out with you in Minnesota, I believe we hit a smelling salt. So maybe to get things going, you guys want to smack a couple salts?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I never say no to one of those. If you want to share it with me?
Yeah, I'll join.
Yeah. Yeah, just give it a pinch.
Okay.
I'll join you.
Yep.
Okay.
Cheers.
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 Okay. That one was strong.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Now we're rolling.
Yeah.
Now we're partying.
That one got me.
I'm crying.
Me too.
I
All
can't.
right. I'm going to get into some Patreon questions. We had a bunch of Patreon members submit some good questions here. And this one is from Jalen Hansen.
Oh, shit.
And this is for, we have one for Brantley here. Backboard same way or frontboard same way?
If you would have asked me like 2 years ago, I probably would have said backward same way. But I've been so into frontboard same ways now. They're kind of my favorite.
Good answer. Ylfa, what's your favorite American candy?
Candy. Oh, I like the fruit rolls. The what? I don't know if that is it candy.
Fruit by the foot?
Just eggs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I always buy them, but in the form of like when they're like the blue ones. They're
Yeah.
the shit. Am I allowed to swear? I'm sorry.
You can say whatever you want. And then this one's for Paula. What is your favorite moment from the Uninvited?
My favorite moment? Whew, I don't know. I don't even know. No answer here. I don't know. My favorite moment of this year?
Yeah, this year.
I don't know. When I saw like all the girls in the podium, like, I don't know. I felt like how the women industry like grow up. I don't know. I saw all of the girls there, and I was so proud of all of them. So probably that moment when everyone was there, like
Champagne,
yeah,
confetti,
with the champagne,
checks.
That was
It was a
money.
feel-good moment.
Yeah.
A lot of money getting handed out. Yeah, that was incredible. All right, we have another question from Corey Conville. Any thoughts on the disparity of women's to men's gear ratio with most snowboard brands? Should products lines move more towards unisex like Burton seems to be going? What are your thoughts? Any takers?
Yeah, I can jump in on this one. I think that the women's line is very important to keep in the mix. I think there's no threat to the women's line by having a unisex line. I think there's a market for both of them. I think Burton does a great job in covering the whole thing, even though the unisex isn't focused in certain parts of the brand, like AG. But there's other parts of the brand that still have like a pop and women's line. And then for all the companies out there, I would just go ahead and say, take advantage of the women's market. Like women in 20 to 35 are like probably the biggest consumer in the world of stuff and clothes. So if you're not taking advantage of that market, you're kind of like fucking up. So I think, there's a lot of these young brands that are like female-only outerwear that are popping and their sales are going crazy. So if you're not taking notes, you better start now. Like there's a whole market for that and there's a lot of money in that market.
Brantley?
Yeah. Yeah, the original, it was about boards and stuff, right?
Yeah, women's line and versus unisex.
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, of course. I think it's really sick to kind of have like all of it, like a men's line, a women's line, and a unisex line. Nitro's got some pretty dope unisex boards. I love riding them. They're really fun. The Optism is a super dope board. And I think it's sick to just kind of, cover all of the spaces. Because you might have a girl who doesn't want to ride a girl's board. you know, or making men's boards in smaller sizes would be sick.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the men have some really dope graphics.
Paula?
I think that like sometimes I want to ride one main board because of the graphic or because of the construction inside, and I can't because it's not my size. So I try it. So I really like the unisex stuff. Like,
what board do you ride?
In Capital right now, Paradise.
Okay.
But I was riding Ultra
The birds,
Fear.
is it the Birds of Paradise? Or is that Birds of a Feather is what I was
Birds
thinking
of
of.
a Feather
Paradise
is other.
okay.
Paradise is other. For example, I really like Ultra Fear. But this year they changed the sizes, so I don't have it. I cannot ride it.
So you could ride a men's Ultra Fear that's smaller and that would work for you.
Yeah, I was riding it the whole season, 148.
Oh, cool.
But now for the next season is 150, so I cannot, it's way too much.
Yeah.
So, but Paradise is so good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the unisex line is kind of like covering a bit of the like maybe the women that want to have a wider board and the men that want to have a slightly more playful, softer board. I think that's like the unisex is like that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Desiree's board. I see men and women on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That seems like a great example of one.
Yeah, and like Blossom and
the
there's
graphic.
a Capita one of these. And
Is that, what do you ride?
I'm riding the Blossom this year a lot, and that's a unisex board. And then the Family Tree, the Hometown Hero, that's also like unisex board.
Cool.
Yeah.
What board are you on?
On the Mercy right now, the Nitro Mercy. I switch over to the Optism every now and then, or Haley Langland's new board. Obsessed.
The pink
The
like
alternator.
Yeah,
Oh
that thing is awesome.
It's such a dream.
Yeah.
That board's epic.
Yeah, I saw, I think that the podium of Bombhole Cup was all pink alternators in the women's division, I'm pretty sure,
We
right?
had all the Nitro girls pull up with the Haley board. I don't think it was planned. I think we just all showed up with it, and we were like, this is awesome.
Yeah, that was killer. All right, here's a good question. This is from G Deggs. How do you overcome the fear of trying to do a front board? Tips for what you do to get started. You guys all got this one locked in.
Yeah, I take this one. Yeah, for learning front boards, it's super sick because with front boards, I feel like you can kind of bail out of them really easy when you're learning. You know, like just put the nose on and slide off and feel a little more out every time. I remember when I was learning front boards, it was actually terrible. I was at my home resort and my brother was screaming at me to do them. And then he got the whole park to chant my name. He was like, hey, everybody, this little girl's going to do a front board. Everybody yell at her. It was actually terrible, but I did it. So that was sick. You know, it's a commitment thing. You just got to go for it. And they feel really good when you get them.
Yeah. Paula, I feel like you should jump in on this one. Your front boards are... Mwah.
No, I would say you search for something like easy, like a big, like a little tube or a box or something like that, and start to try them there like slowly, and you're gonna get it for sure. Like just getting bigger until you do it in a big rail or whatever you want. I
Start
feel
small.
Like that. Yeah, it's not
Ylfa?
dangerous.
Listen to these girls. I think that's my tip. But also, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Paula, one of the most stylish riders out there today. Big fan of your style. What was your favorite trick that you threw down in Uninvited? You did everything
the other day
so perfectly. It doesn't need to be on finals day. Any of the days. What was the best feeling?
Okay, so thank you for your words. My favorite thing that I think I did is the switch up that I did in the big wall. Because it was a little bit scary. When I was like backwards there, I was like, oh shit, this shit is high. Yeah. And I didn't hit it until the final day. So I should have done it before, but whatever. So I was like, ooh. Yeah. And when I landed and people told me they like it. So
it was a second try because the first one you went down on, right?
I went down on, yeah. I was like, oh shit, yeah. But I listened, like, try it again. And I was like, okay, I need to do it.
Yeah, that was insane. I like the cab too.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Okay. The change up was really sick. Honestly, you threw so much stuff that I'm just like, Paula, insane.
My favorite are your front blends bring back. That's like you front blend and bring it back to regular. So nice and so like so effortless. It's like my favorite.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
Paula, can I ask a question? I like how Ylfa prefaced that, which I might start doing more. So, I go to bed at like 8 o'clock because we have a baby that goes to bed at 8 o'clock. So I didn't go out and party after the event. I don't know what happened after the event, but I know that you guys like to party. Can you fill us in on the details of what you guys did following the awards? Did you guys turn up?
Yeah, we went there. Yeah. I feel like yeah, we went there until the end.
No details. That's the safest.
Yeah, but some highlights. Any fun moments?
I get punched.
You got punched?
I got punched.
That was the highlight for me. Like I was searching for my friend, and suddenly I watched one punch in front of my face, and someone did it to me. Boom! I was like, what the hell happened right now? The sire was there. I was bleeding, and the sire was like, what happened? He was helping me, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't do anything.
That is so funny.
Apart from that, it was a really good night.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Waikiki, and it was on. Like, there was a drag show. There was, like, all the friends, of course, just hanging out. And then there was, like, a silent disco downstairs. So you could choose if you were in your own world or with the others. And it was just going off. Everyone was, like, on the dance floor. It was crazy.
I think that was the best after party I've ever been to.
It was great.
So sick.
It was so sick.
That's amazing. I feel like when I've been to Spain, the nightlife is extraordinary, and it goes till like the wee hours of the morning. I don't know. Do you get into that stuff when you're at home?
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird for me that here, for example, that party, it ends like at 1:30 or something.
Yeah.
At that time, we are going out in Spain.
Yeah, that's like true. In Europe, you you are at the house party until like 1. That's when you go to the club. But I don't know, maybe in the bigger cities here it's the same. But it was so practical though after these days in the sun. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going home. Maybe I'm getting old.
Well, I'm a big fan of the siesta. When you go over, you can't even like get lunch because everybody's taking a nap.
In Spain?
In Spain, yeah. You hit siestas in America?
I did it, but probably for the jet lag. I was like tired, so I took siestas,
Yeah, that's one other thing for the like Euros and the Japanese girls riding. They're all so jet lagged. Like it's crazy.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Incredible. Well, let's keep some questions going. This one's for Brantley. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you for Run Through a Wall trivia? We already did it, but in hindsight.
I was terrified. I know
She
nothing.
knew all the answers, but she just was too scared to press the button.
Yeah, I definitely knew them all for sure.
We got another question for Moby Nick for the group chat. What is your go-to gas station snack on road trips? Ylfa, I know you
I like the Dutch pretzels here in America.
Good choice.
They are so addictive though. I've been like restraining myself from buying a bag because I know I like go crazy on that. But the snacks are good. On a trip, like on a street trip, it's just like a bunch of candy. Like all the different candies. Like sometimes you need to balance your gummies with a little bit of chocolate and, make the cocktail. It's like you need all of it.
What about gummy clusters?
The what?
The clusters.
Gummy clusters.
My favorite gummy.
I don't know these.
Wait, what?
They're the nerds ones.
Yeah.
Paula has them.
Yeah. I'll try one.
Yeah, you
I
should.
don't know these, I think.
I'm addicted.
I'm addicted.
Sorry, I'm addicted.
Brantley, you got to go to?
Goldfish, some beer.
Goldfish or cheeses? That was a question the other day. What do you think? Goldfish or cheeses?
Goldfish.
Goldfish?
Yeah, I'm not a big Cheez-Its guy, to be honest.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm so sorry.
I'll go Cheez-Its with you.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its, yeah.
Yep.
What do you think?
I don't know. Oof. I don't know if I eat those a lot. I've tried both, but I'm not the biggest fan.
You know what we have that you brought us still? Behind you, Brantley, there's a bottle of liquor.
Oh my God, you still got this?
Yeah, there's a bottle of
Paula,
liquor.
she's a party girl.
Yeah.
Stay with that with me.
This is all the way. Is this
Brantley?
Icelandic?
It's actually the Swedish one.
Oh, it's
a
Swedish.
Swedish version
Okay.
of an Icelandic thing.
I saw you in your podcast with that one.
Salty.
We can end the show if you guys want on that. We can take everybody can pop a shot of liquor if you guys want, but I'll keep things moving. This is from Haley SP. I think this is a great question. I have short hair, doesn't pertain to me. Proper hairstyle for boarding. It's something that's never been addressed on our show. I'm thinking about it from a dude's lens. It's not something Silk, you might think about it, but
they want to know about proper hairstyle.
We got
not hair care. They want to know what they should be styling their hair as.
Oh,
It matters.
I don't know what they
matters,
look like.
yeah.
What is? How long is their hair?
Well, if you have long hair, you gotta go braids.
If you're trying to like protect
you
your hair,
look good braids, but look at me. Imagine if I do braids. No,
I normally don't run the braids, but it is the most like protective hairstyle for girls boarding.
But like style wise, for me, it's like let the mane out, take the head off, like just like go crazy. I think that looks sick on a board. Yeah. But that's been sick this week. That like just seeing all the girls style differently and like have their styles. It's pretty sick. But yeah, I think a lot of girls pull out the 2 locks in the front of the hat only because like if you have all your hair tucked in, you can get mistaken for a little boy. It's getting better though.
I look like a little boy.
Yeah,
I do too.
like throughout the years, it's been like big. Like people are like, "Oh yeah, go behind that little boy" or something. Like, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" but I think the little locks have helped with that. Like the girls, especially the girls like that have goggles and a helmet on. I think if they don't bring these out, they look a lot like a little boy.
I like that one with the ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a question for Brantley. This is from Twisted Tea Stock. Brantley, NC jib scene or SLC jib scene?
NC, obviously.
Damn.
Thanks, Trevor, for the question.
Still holding it down.
Yeah.
This question is from Ken Ben. What's something you think that's missing in gear targeted towards women?
Something that's missing. I don't know. I think.
Can I weigh in? This is a question for women, but I'm going to weigh in.
Go for it.
Do you think sometimes with the graphics, like why do the girls' boards all have to have these girly graphics? I'd imagine you guys
or
don't want to.
colors.
Yeah. What's that?
Or girly colors.
No? Yeah, girly colors.
All
yeah,
the
exactly.
time. Like, why?
Yeah, I would completely second that with the graphics. They're getting better. We're working on it, but a lot of pink, a lot of flowers. Not really my style, but we're getting there.
Yeah. I think, I don't have that much to add, but one thing I thought about earlier and I didn't put into words when we were talking about the unisex and the women's gear and that is like throughout the years, a lot of women have been buying the men's gear. And then what happens with the numbers is that it looks like the men's things are all being sold, but like in the end, a lot of women are buying the men's pants, and like how do the companies know that this is men buying the product then? So like that's what the unisex line is pretty good for, and like with the boards and the pants and like stuff like that hasn't been like maybe in the shapes of what the women want for that moment. It's almost like I would say maybe the women's lines are like a little bit delayed. So like the fashion that the women want at that time will come around, but it's like in a couple of years. So like it happens almost a little bit too slowly, maybe the like shift up. But hard to say. I'm not in the marketing.
Great point.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, we're going to keep things moving. This is a great question for Brantley from Nick Babanis. For Brantley, who is the most annoying member of the Red Bull Slide-In Tour 2025?
Oh, of this year's?
2025, yeah.
Gotta be Caden. Obviously. No, I love the kid. And yeah, this year is so fun. But he's so little brother.
Who's all on that tour?
It's me, Kakamo, Zeb, Jesse, and Caden was the crew this year. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think so.
Holden Barth?
Oh, well, obviously. Holden. Maybe Holden's the most annoying.
All right, this is from Laura Rogowski. Good question here, Laura. Snowboarding-wise, or in life in general, what's the accomplishment you're most proud of? Good question, Laura. Ylfa, I'm going to put you in the hot seat first because I feel like you're quick-witted.
should we go separately? Snowboarding wise?
Yeah, do snowboarding in life.
Yeah, snowboarding wise is being able to make a career and staying true to myself throughout it, and like doing the things I want to do in snowboarding, and not being pulled in directions I don't want to be pulled in. That's something I'm very proud of. And in life, I think I'm a rich person in the matter of like I have a lot of good friends and people around me that are there for me, and I'm there for them. So that's a good accomplishment, I think.
Great answer.
Wow.
Wise.
What would I
wise.
say now?
Paula?
No.
No?
No, after that.
Not going after that? Brantley?
I gotta go like along the same lines. That was so well said. But yeah, just getting to a place in snowboarding where I just have, so many awesome people and just communities supporting me that I get to travel the world with my best friends. And it's so sick.
Yeah. And so a lot of people don't know too that, you're from North Carolina and you came on the scene in the wake scene before snowboarding.
Yes.
Fill us in on that.
Yeah, the family that I come from, my parents they were wakeboarders, grew up with wakeboarders. My brother's a professional wakeboarder, and my mom was a snow skier, and she begged my dad to get somewhere. She wanted to live in Colorado, and they were like, no. So we got a cabin at a local resort in North Carolina, and I was a weekend warrior, and then took that over. And it's surprisingly, most people will say it translates. It does not translate that well.
Really?
Yeah, I snowboard regular and I wakeboard goofy, if that says anything.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, kind of different. And with wakeboarding, it's all jumping. I ride boat, so it's only jumps and
I feel like one thing when I think about that, I tried barefooting a few years ago, got a savage concussion. I was literally throwing up and dry heaving. I feel like when you go down, it's actually you think it's water, but you get bodied.
Yeah, we got really into barefooting this summer. I have an edit to show you later. Yeah, it was barefooting is insane, and that water turns to concrete so fast. It kind of feels like a minor car accident when you fall.
I was thinking about it because you start with the one ski, and how I was doing it. You're on one ski, and then you put you take your foot off.
Yep.
And then every time I would go to commit to the barefoot, it was like I just step into a hole and just fly swatter.
You're not one of the steppers.
Yeah.
That's so not good.
Yeah, it's not good. But you just kick that sucker right off, and you're good to go.
Yeah, we jump off the boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a boom that will tie a rope to the boom. So then you crawl out on the boom. We jump off the boat, crawl out on the boom when the boat's going 40 or whatnot, and then just grab the rope and drop.
Damn.
It's really,
Have you tomahawked pretty good on those?
Oh, I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah, we should put the clips on the screen.
Yeah.
Give those to Sil.
Epic edit.
Yeah. That's cool. But what about, you look at Cam Spalding and these Ontario kids that are destroying, they're all, Zeb has wakeboard roots. I feel like there's got to be something with just going fast and chucking onto boxes and stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely something behind it. You learn to not fear some things for sure.
Getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Paula, coming from Spain, how does the scene differ in Spain compared to here in the States?
Wow, so much different. I don't even know how to start. In Europe in general, no? What do you feel about? It's so different between Europe and America. So it's kind of similar, the one in Europe than the one in Spain, but it's so much more smaller. I don't know. We don't have that many mountains. There is not too many people involved. We are only we know each other so good, and that is good because we grow up all together watching each other's getting into things. So it's so cool for that because we are, I don't know, super close. But I would love it to be better. Some brands are don't try to help us that much, so it's kind of difficult. Being from Spain, I don't know, from Spain to here, it was difficult. It was difficult, but I wish we could do it. We all could do it, but we only a little bit, only few of us, did it. I think it's difficult.
Hard to find support from brands.
So difficult. We don't even have most of the brands don't even sell in Spain. We don't have so many brands. And it's a shit. Because when I was a kid, I really want to have some material that I watch in the videos or whatever, and I couldn't get it. Nowadays, it's so much easier because you can, I don't know, buy stuff but
Online.
Online. But when I was younger, I was dreaming with those cap grab gloves and pads for the board. I was dreaming. I built once myself, one
No way.
crab grab pads. Yeah.
Cool.
Because we couldn't get them. So
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Ylfa, can you speak on that too?
Yeah, I think the European scene is, like Paula is saying, is a bit smaller and a more family vibe in a way, because you know most of the people that are in the circuit. Here it's a lot bigger, and it has its pros and cons that it's bigger. It's like the good things about that is that there are brands in the mix. There's to try to make a career within snowboarding, you have to get in the mix. You have to be in the what do you call it? In the circle in a way. So it's hard to get there if you can't afford traveling maybe, or if you're still like working a full-time job as well as snowboarding and that kind of things. But I think that the good things about the European scene is also our strength is that we are small and we have each other, and everyone got each other's backs in a very nice way where we root for each other. There's not, or from my perspective, there's not a lot of jealousy involved. It's a lot of I am so happy for you that something happened. There's so much love coming from a place of knowing how hard it is to get in the mix of the bigger scene and getting attention on a bigger scale in snowboarding. That's kind of what people know. It's so hard, so they're really proud of everyone that kind of makes that step and gets into the mix. Yeah.
And Paula, do you work a full-time job as well?
I quit my job.
You did? Nice.
I did.
What were you doing?
In the beginning of the season, I quit my engineer job. Yeah.
So what did that entail? What was the job, the engineering job?
What it was?
Yeah.
So we were doing IT solution for so many I don't know, lawyers. I don't know, a lot of people hired our service, and we were fixing the computers or I don't know, developing application for them or websites or whatever they need.
You have a degree? Did you have a degree in that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue. Sorry.
No, it was super fun, but.
So you quit your job because you want to snowboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of, it was so difficult. 1 year before, when I was in Mount Hood, I spent in Mount Hood the whole summer. And I was riding all day, hiking, filming, and then all the night working because it was remotely and with the time difference. So one summer is okay, but I was no more, please. I'm going to try it. I wanted to try it, and it was insane.
That's incredible. Well, the good thing is you can always go back and be
exactly.
in it. But, while you're young, might as well chuck some cab 2s onto a down hubba. It's hard to do that when you're 70.
Yeah.
Probably still can though.
Of course. That's happening now. Yeah. The industry is getting older. People are still fucking hocking.
100%.
Yeah. Way beyond the expiry date, we're still hocking.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I get so excited because I think about who's gonna be the oldest human being to do a McTwist? Who's gonna not the youngest? I'm is Chad Otterstrom gonna do one when he's 85? I don't know.
Yeah.
How long are we going to be able to backlip for? I think easy 60s. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Backlip?
Yeah.
60 for sure.
Yeah.
Front board, 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
Board slide.
Board slide, you could go 110.
Forever.
Forever. Till the end of times.
If you can walk, you can board slide.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got a lot to look forward to. It's a bright future. Okay, so coming off this weekend and just the most incredible level of riding I've seen, I think back to 20 years ago, if we're talking about women's snowboarding specifically, to where we are now, and it just feels like it's on just a rocket ship of all good things. I'll start with you, Ylfa. Where do you feel like we're at in terms of snowboarding, particularly as it pertains to women?
Yeah, it's incredible to see, for example, the finals of the Uninvited this year. It's a couple of years ago, every single one of the 30 girls that was in the finals would have won. They would have won any rail jam they entered, like with the tricks that they did in the finals. Like that's the level, that's the progression that's happening. It's only going to keep going, and there's only going to be more and more of what we saw this week is like a board slide is not a board slide. A board slide is how you do a board slide. Like that's what's happening in women's snowboarding now, where the tricks are already in, and now it's going to be like, who is doing it the way you want to see it done. And that's so sick because that leaves so much space for so many more women to be someone's favorite because everyone's got the tricks. And that's when it comes to choosing like, what is my favorite type of like front board or a trick or a style or even just the personality. Like now this is happening in women's snowboarding with their space for like people to have favorites. There's not only like that one girl is the best. There are like, you saw the finals. There were 30 girls and they could be, you saw even the qualies, like someone in that heat, like of 70 girls in the like qualifying days could be your favorite boarder. You know, that's what's happening in women's snowboarding. And it's so sick that that's happening because I feel like it's been around in the men's for a while where like everyone's got the tricks, but it's about how you do it and how you approach snowboarding and if that's attracted to the viewer and the fan. And this is happening now in the women's, a bit later with their space for favorites. And I like that. I think that's sick. I think that's what I dream of, like just keep growing, you know, because so many girls have the tricks, have the skill, have the talent, and now it's about like creating so many superstars that we can. Like that's what I think. We talked a little bit about like favorite tricks of the Uninvited earlier. I don't think Paula was here. Do you have like standouts from the showdown?
From the girls?
Yeah.
Obviously that okay, so the front bloom 4 out. That was one of my favorites, obviously. And Himari with the back blown 270. But also, like, not the people in the podium is what Ylfa said. Like, when they asked me in the interviews, like, who is your favorite? I never know who are your favorites. I never know what to answer because I like some tricks from one person, some tricks from other. Like, I feel like all of us, we have like different styles, completely different styles. And I love the front nose of Jaylin, and I love her back balloon. I love a lot of things. You know, I love your backflip from yesterday. That kind of things. Like I love how different we are. You know, and that is what Ylfa said. Like nowadays, I feel like we're gonna see the different style doing backboards or backboard pretzel because all the tricks are there. Like. We all do more or less the same tricks, and I don't know, it's gonna grow up for sure. I think it's gonna be better and better, and we're gonna be doing more difficult things every year, but the style and the personality, it's gonna be more important, is what I feel like. I don't know.
Brantley, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah. That was just such a great event. I'm still on such a high after that, but the level of women's snowboarding is just getting to such like an unreal place right now. Even in the last like 3 uninviteds I've been there since the first one, and like the level of riding has just skyrocketed, and you can see the confidence in these girls, and they're getting younger and younger and younger. And it's insane. I'm like, she's 13? That is crazy. And the Japanese in general, they can take over. They deserve that. They look so awesome out there, and all the girls just killed it, and it's really sick to see where women's snowboarding has gotten.
Well said. Well said. Some very wise words. I think we pretty much did it, guys. I think it's been a beautiful chat. Lastly, I want to kind of wrap up with what's next for each of you guys. What's coming down the pipeline for next year, plans, summer? Ylfa, what do you got going on?
Right now, I'm leaving Salt Lake in 2 days, and I'm going on a road trip with Burton, filming with Zeb, Rob, Øyvind, and Kuba. Some like springtime team update. It's gonna be sick, and then we're gonna end at Mikkel Bang Slalom up in Solheisen. So that'll be sick. And yeah, next year, going all in with my Scandinavian girls. We're doing a video. Sadly, everybody kind of got injured this year, so it got pushed 1 year back. But it's yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, me, Hannah, Hundi, Maria, and Telma are making a video.
It's gonna be insane.
So it's happening. I'm claiming it now. It's happening. There, a lot of them are sadly injured and out now, but they'll be back, and it is happening. Manifesting it.
Cool.
Wow.
Paula?
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, what are your plans coming up?
For this summer, I want to go to Mount Hood so bad. I want to go to Brantley.
Yeah, come ride with me.
I want to learn some wakeboard tricks.
Yeah.
Mount Hood. We have one glacier in France called Les Deux Alpes. It's so cool. I'm gonna be riding there for sure. And next year, I'm gonna keep continuing with the contest because I enjoy so much this year going to all those contests. And probably I need to film a part. So I'm gonna be focused on filming next year.
Cool.
For sure.
Can't wait to see it. Brantley, what do you got going on?
Yeah. I think would like to stay healthy would be my number one. Haven't really made it through a season in a couple years, so we'll see. And then next year, gonna try to film with L1. We're making another video. Really hyped on. Maybe commit to a little less events. I did a lot this year. Got kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm hyped for next year. It's gonna be sick.
And this summer, you stick around Salt Lake?
No. No, I gotta do I think a couple weeks at Copper and then a couple weeks at Hood and then back home to wakeboard. Actually going back for a wakeboard comp I won't have wakeboarded yet by the time I get back. Yeah.
Jumping right in. So what does that entail? You got to do a run behind a boat? I'm so out of the loop.
Yeah. The one I'm doing is called Wakefest, and it's this huge wakeboard comp near Nashville. And yeah, they do like passes. So you have like one pass down and one pass back, and that's all you get. It's like probably 8 tricks you can get in total.
The judges are on the dock or on the boat?
In the boat.
Okay, cool. Learned a lot. Learned a lot about wakeboarding today.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think it's been a great show, guys. Silk, what do you think?
Yeah, solid show.
And Silk, you pick who takes us out of the show.
I think we should have Paula take us out of the show.
Yeah, take us out of the show.
What is me?
So basically
It's
what we
easy.
do at the end of the
It's easy.
show, you just say, guys, thanks for listening to The Bomb Hole. We appreciate you. Thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to the listeners. And then you just do a sign off, like over and out or something
Okay,
like that.
I get it. Okay, so thank you so much for listening us. Thank you so much for inviting me, guys. It was so cool. Thank you all of the sponsors for help us. And guys, come to see Spain. It's so cool in there.
There it is. We did it.
Goodbye.
The good life.